Hi, today I'd like to talk about something very, very important, and I'd like to ask that you take 15 minutes of time to both watch this video and write a letter concerning what it is I'm talking about, because this is very, very important. If you've ever made money off of my channel, if you ever fixed something of your own off of this channel, if you ever saved money because of this channel, this is how you can give back. So, if you visit iFixit, you'll be able to see links to something called the Fair Repair Bill, which is happening in New York. This is going to be the first type of legislation of its kind which talks about protecting your rights as a consumer and my rights as a third-party service center to repair the products that I work on. Now, I don't think a lot of you understand just how important this is, and the reason I think a lot of people don't understand the importance of this is because a lot of you will ask me for schematics and board views and get really, really mad when I don't distribute the information that I have, and you'll get really, really mad at the idea that it's not readily available. Well, a lot of you may not understand this, and a lot of you may not really realize that a lot of what I'm doing is actually illegal. So, let me explain how this works for those of you who are not subscribers to my channel or regular watchers. I have a channel on YouTube where I show people how to fix Apple products at component level, particularly motherboards. I show you how the circuits work, I show you how it's put together, and I try to explain it in a very, very dumbed down fashion, so even the every man and the every woman who has never really touched a soldering iron can kind of catch on and figure out how this stuff works and stop seeing it like it's just black magic and art. So, what I do is I show you schematics and I show you board views, and then I actually do the soldering in real time using my microscope and my camcorder here so that you can see what I'm doing from beginning to end. Unlike a lot of those other bullshit videos on YouTube where you see people working at 5x playing bullshit techno music, making it all look like magic, I attempt to demystify it so that you yourself can start a business doing this using my advice, so that you can fix your own laptop using my advice, and I do this at no cost to you. However, the reason that this is in jeopardy is because I show schematics while I'm doing this. I show board views of these motherboards while I'm working on them. And the reason that this is a problem is because we live in a society where it is okay for a manufacturer to sell products at $900 and $1,200 and $1,500 and then tell the customer, fuck you, it's going to be $750 to $1,250 to repair that product, even when the problem with the product is a 17-cent resistor. And it is okay for them to have $50 billion, $100 billion, $149 billion in the bank off of our money that you spent on this shit, while simultaneously fucking us in the ass when it comes time to fix it. To add insult to injury, to add insult to the fact that they want $750 for a backlight fuse, $750 for an ISL 6259 that costs $5 to buy. They also want to stop us from being able to repair their products. They want to hide the schematics. They want to hide the board views. They want to hide the information. They want to make it impossible to get the parts that you actually need to repair these products. The SMC on this board is made in a manner where if I actually try to program a new SMC, it will actually erase all of the content in it. It's actually protected so that you cannot get the information out of it. In order to fix this shit, I need to find boards that are dead at $10 or $15 a piece on a pike that actually have holes in them. And to show you how fucking ridiculous this is, yes, I actually have to buy shit that has a hole through it. This crap is sitting on a pike somewhere. Take all of these parts off, waste time categorizing them. I have to waste time on Polish and Russian forums and fucking Babelfish earning points to find schematics and board views to fix these products. I should not have to be a dumpster diver. I am a technician. I am an engineer. Well, kind of a hack wannabe engineer, but still, you get the point. I have the ability to repair these products. Why am I wasting time on this shit? People who fix Mazdas, people who fix Lexus, people who fix cars, people who are into plumbing, construction, they can simply look up how a building is put together if they are actually working on reconstructing it. They can look at a fucking service manual from Mazda if they work on fixing Mazda cars. But for some reason, it is improper and even illegal. Not only is it illegal for me to actually obtain these documents so that I can actually provide a service that is less than $750 when the part cost itself is 17 cents, but it's it's also illegal for me to get up here and for free, asking nothing of you, to show you how to repair your own device, to show other repair people how they can create jobs for themselves, how they can create a living for themselves and a sustainable business for themselves through being able to share the knowledge that I've learned. This is actually illegal in the country that we live in because these fucks that have $150 billion in the bank of your money decide that we're not allowed to have this information. And this is fucked up. You should not be allowed to say, hey, you know what? We're going to charge you 90% the cost of buying it again to fix it when the cost of repair is 17 cents. But we're not going to let anybody else do it. We're going to hide the information. We're going to hide the part supplier information. We are going to be the exclusive vendor for our own parts and sell only to us. And we're going to hide all the information on how this works and make it illegal to distribute it. This is bullshit. This is crap. And I know a lot of you are going to say, but you have ads on your channel. You're profiting from using this information. You have AdSense turned on. Bullshit. This is not done for the money. This is not a profitable channel. When you add up the $2,000 camcorder, the $1,500 video editing machine, the $600 microscope camera, the $400 microscope I had to get to replace the microscope that can't fit a microscope camera, the $900 capture hardware, and you put this together with the $100 or $200 a month that I maybe make off of YouTube, I think even the dumbest of brains can realize that this is done for reasons other than profit. This is done because I enjoy it. This is done because the tech field was the first field that gave me financial independence. It is the only field that for 17 years has allowed me to provide for myself, has allowed for me to buy the clothes that I want, and to live in a nice apartment, and to not have my gas turned off and have to take cold showers in the middle of winter. It is a field that has provided and done well for me. And I want to be able to provide for all the people who started where I was back then, but I want you to have the actual resources to do it. I think all the time about how much easier my life would have been and how much less miserable I would have been at so many junctures had I had a mentor to show me this stuff, had I had somebody to guide me along. And that's what this channel is supposed to be for all of you. And that is all something that is in jeopardy unless something like this gets passed. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to link to where you can write a letter to the people who are actually in charge of being able to get this kind of legislation moved along and passed. I want to be able to live in a country where if a company is allowed to have $150 billion in cash in the bank off of our commerce, that we are allowed to then repair those products ourselves when they fail if the manufacturer says, no, fuck you, do it yourself. Apple's plans for repairing their own products are jack shit. You get a drop of water on this fucking thing, it's $750 for a product that's worth $900. You move it back and forth too much so the back cover comes unglued when the glue is right by the fans that exhaust boiling hot air onto the machine, and you're fucked. You got to pay $700 or $1,200 for a new assembly. And you're not allowed to buy these products from anywhere else. You're not allowed to import something that has an Apple logo on it from another country, even if you're using it to repair a $700 laptop that Apple quoted them $1,200 to fix. The way that this entire system works right now is very fucked up. It's very much based on dumpster diving. It's very much based on feeling like a criminal looking for information that should be available to those who are willing to pay for it. And frankly, I am sick and tired of it. I am sick and tired of it to the point where I am happy to support a company like iFixit that I'm not a big fan of. I'm happy to support a company that has sold overpriced parts based on crappy guides with douchebag jackasses on their forum that asked me just last week if I would show up to a PR event for them in another state for free for exposure to my business. I am not a fan of these people, and if you know me personally, you understand exactly why. But let me tell you something. When somebody makes a point and when somebody is supporting something that makes sense, you bet your ass that I'm going to promote them and that I'm going to suggest that you support them, and at the same time that I am supporting them. Do everything you can in your power to let people know that you want this passed. And this starts by clicking this link over here and making sure that you take 15 minutes out of your day to write to them and explain to them why this is important to you. I want at least 5,174 people to take that time out of their day, because if you're a subscriber on this channel, if you watch this channel, you've probably made money off of my content. You've probably saved money by repairing your own device off of my content, or you've probably made good money using my content to create a business model for yourself based on performing repairs that you couldn't do before. If I've helped you save $70, if I've helped you save $500, if I've helped you make hundreds of $1,000s off of your business, then you can give me, and you can give, more importantly, yourself 15 minutes of time to ensure that our business remains sustainable into the future and that we are allowed to repair our own products. We don't live in a world where we are not allowed to know where the 17-cent backlight fuse is on a motherboard of a product that we pay $2,400 for. In a world where our balls are not held in a grinder by the manufacturer who's going to charge us $750 to replace that 17-cent component.